Company. Congressman, what a pleasure to have you with us today. We thank you very much for being here.
Nice to finally meet you, Stuart.
And what would the Republicans do about this exploding debt?
We would recognize that we don't have a revenue problem, but that we have a massive spending problem. I put out a very specific plan called America's Roadmap for America's Future. What we would do is we'd get these entitlements under control. We would get spending under control. We would cut spending, put enforcement on the spending itself, and then reform these entitlement programs so that we have a sustainable future. The point I would make, Stuart, just in macro here, is we've got a choice. Do we want to have an opportunity society with a safety net, or do we want a cradle-to-grave welfare state? That's the choice that's before us in America right now, and we know what the welfare state looks like, because all you got to do is look at the footage you've got in Spain and Greece to see where we're headed if we go down that path.
I agree with you, sir, but we've got to talk politics. It's
Sure.
a brave politician, is it not, who goes to the country, goes to his or her voters and says, I will rein in entitlements, I will cut spending, there will be pain.
I ran on this in the last election in a district that Dukakis, Clinton, Gore, and Obama carried, and I got 64%. The point I would make is people are ready to be talked to like adults, not like children. I think the entitlement spending demagoguery that has dominated our politics for a generation, that has given us political paralysis on spending control, is a thing of the past, and I believe the country understands the kind of choices before it. They know that we're on the precipice of our own debt crisis, and so I think they're ready to hear the truth of what needs to be done to rein this thing in.
In broad general terms, would your solution to the entitlement and service questions, would they include raising the retirement age for Social Security? Would it include,
yeah, mine does. So,
yeah, would it also include means testing Medicare? Those are very hard choices. It includes them?
Yeah, if you go to my roadmap, you'll see those two specific proposals in there. So what I would say is, if we start now, you don't have to affect current seniors. So what my proposal does, which has been certified by the Congressional Budget Office and the actuaries that Medicare and Social Security is achieving permanent solvency, what it does is it says if you're 55 and above, no change to you, but for people 54 and below, we're going to have to change these things to make them sustainable, and those are two among many other reforms I have in this proposal. Retirement age change, means testing, and if you do those things combined with the other things I've been proposing, you can wipe out the unfunded liabilities the entitlements have us, keep our government limited and basically in the same size over time, about 20% of GDP, and have our tax system basically where it is now. I would reform the tax code to make it more entrepreneurial, more pro-growth, because you have to have growth and spending discipline to fix this problem in combination with one another.
I'm almost out of time, Congressman, but I just want a fast answer if I can. Have we got time to do all this? We got that debt clock running, 13 trillion the end of next week. It's rising really rapidly. Are we got time?
3 years ago when I put this stuff out there, I thought we had 12 years. Now, because of all the problems we've had, I think we got about 5 or 6 years to turn this stuff around. We are quickly losing that window of opportunity, but yes, we do have time.
Have you ever thought of running for the presidency, sir?
My head's not that big and our kids are just too small.
Oh, what a great answer. Congressman Paul Ryan, what a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. So we appreciate it.
You too, Stuart.
We do.
Thanks.
Emails here.